Have you ever wondered if your digital persona is truly private? In our hyper-connected world, privacy seems more like a luxury than a right. With every click, every post, we leave digital footprints that can be tracked, traced, and possibly exploited. But there's a flip side. Our safety in this digital landscape often hinges on some degree of surveillance. It's a delicate dance, privacy versus security. In this video, we'll delve into the complex ethical considerations that emerge from this balance. Imagine a world where your every move on the internet is tracked and stored. This isn't some dystopian novel's plot, but an actual reality we live in today. Let's take a closer look at the case of Facebook, one of the major players in the digital world. Facebook's business model is built around data collection. Every like, share, and even the time you spend on each post is meticulously tracked and stored. This data is then used to create a personalized experience for each user, tailoring the content we see to our interests and behaviors. Sounds convenient, right? You get to see more of what you love and less of what you don't. But here's where the ethical dilemma comes in. While this personalized experience can be beneficial, it also means that vast amounts of our personal information are stored in databases, vulnerable to misuse. Our privacy rights, the inherent entitlement to personal space and anonymity, are potentially compromised. Take the Cambridge Analytica scandal, for instance. In 2018, it was revealed that the political consulting firm had harvested the personal data of millions of Facebook users without their consent. This data was then allegedly used to influence political campaigns, a clear violation of privacy. So, we're faced with a trade-off. On one hand, we have the convenience and personalization that data collection allows. On the other, we have the potential violation of our privacy rights. Is this a necessary evil in our digital age, or is there a way to strike a balance? We must also consider the role of legislation in regulating these practices. Currently, there's a lack of comprehensive laws that protect users' privacy and regulate data collection practices. The onus often falls on the individual to be aware and navigate these digital waters with caution. In conclusion, Facebook's data collection practices offer us a stark look at the trade-offs we face in the digital age. Personalized experiences come at the cost of potential privacy violations, a dilemma we must grapple with as we navigate our increasingly digital lives. So, while data collection can enhance our digital experiences, it also raises serious privacy concerns. In the tug-of-war between privacy and security, where should we draw the line? This question often comes up when we discuss the relationship between tech companies and government agencies. A perfect example of this tension is the Apple FBI standoff over iPhone encryption. In the early months of 2016, the FBI requested Apple's assistance in unlocking an iPhone belonging to a perpetrator involved in a major public safety incident. However, Apple resisted, citing concerns over user privacy. The company argued that creating a master key to unlock iPhones would set a dangerous precedent and potentially expose millions of users to data breaches. This standoff raises significant ethical dilemmas. On one hand, we have the government's duty to secure the nation and protect its citizens. This often involves investigating potential threats, and at times infringing on individual privacy to ensure collective security. On the other hand, we have tech companies like Apple, guardians of our digital lives, who are obligated to protect user data and maintain trust. They argue that weakening encryption, even for a single case, could have far-reaching implications for digital security and privacy rights. This situation begs the question, should tech companies comply with government requests that could potentially compromise user privacy? Or should they continue to uphold stringent data protection standards, even if it hampers investigations into serious threats to national security? There is no easy answer to this question. It's a complex issue that sits at the intersection of ethics, law, technology, and politics. It involves balancing the legitimate security concerns of law enforcement agencies with the equally valid privacy rights of individuals. This case study clearly illustrates the challenging balance between individual privacy rights and national security interests. As we delve deeper into the digital age, navigating this ethical minefield becomes increasingly important. It's a conversation that we, as a society, need to have, because the stakes, our privacy and our security, have never been higher. As technology evolves, so do the ethical questions we must grapple with. In the brave new world of biometrics and artificial intelligence, these questions are becoming increasingly complex. Consider facial recognition technology. It's a powerful tool that can help law enforcement catch criminals and find missing people. Yet, it's also a tool that, if misused, could lead to an invasion of privacy on an unprecedented scale. The same goes for biometric data collection. Our fingerprints, our voices, even the patterns of our irises can all be used to identify us with astonishing accuracy. This kind of identification can make our digital interactions safer and more secure. It can protect us from identity theft and fraud. But what if this data falls into the wrong hands? What if it's used not to protect us, but to track us, to monitor our every move? And then we have artificial intelligence. AI has the potential to revolutionize our world, to make our lives easier, more efficient, more convenient. But it also has the potential to infringe upon our privacy in ways we can't even imagine yet. AI algorithms can analyze vast amounts of data that can reveal intimate details about our lives. They can predict our behaviors, our preferences, even our thoughts. As we delve deeper into this brave new world, we're forced to ask ourselves, how much privacy are we willing to sacrifice for the sake of convenience and security? How can we ensure that these powerful tools are used responsibly, ethically? These are not easy questions to answer. They require careful thought and consideration. They require us to balance our desire for privacy with our need for security. They require us to navigate the murky waters of ethics in a rapidly changing technological landscape. These emerging technologies force us to reassess our understanding of privacy and security. As we move forward, we must strive to strike a balance, to use these powerful tools wisely, and to protect our privacy and security in this brave new world. In this digital age, who holds the responsibility of safeguarding our privacy? This is a question that has been at the center of many debates. Let's delve into the roles of legislation, corporations, and individuals in ensuring our digital security. Legislation plays a crucial role in shaping the landscape of digital privacy. For instance, the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, enacted by the European Union, has significantly impacted how companies handle personal data. This law mandates that companies must obtain explicit consent from users before collecting their data, and it gives individuals the right to access, correct, and even delete their data. Similar laws have been enacted around the world, creating a global trend towards stronger data protection. But laws alone aren't enough. Corporations also have a vital role to play. After all, they are the ones collecting, storing, and sometimes selling our data. Corporations must be transparent about their data practices and take measures to secure the data they hold. Companies like Apple and Google have made strides in this area, implementing robust cybersecurity measures and giving users more control over their data. However, we can't forget the role of individuals in maintaining their digital security. It's up to each of us to be vigilant and proactive. This means understanding the privacy policies of the platforms we use, adjusting our privacy settings, and being careful about what information we share online. It also means advocating for stronger privacy protections and holding both governments and corporations accountable. In essence, safeguarding our digital privacy is a shared responsibility. Legislation sets the rules of the game, corporations must adhere to these rules and go beyond them to protect their users, and individuals must take steps to protect themselves. It's a delicate balance, but one that is essential in this digital age. So, who holds the responsibility of safeguarding our privacy? The answer is, we all do. Governments, corporations, and individuals alike must work together to ensure the privacy and security of our data. As we can see, maintaining privacy and security in the digital age is a shared responsibility. So where does this leave us in the quest for balance between privacy and security? In the digital age, we're constantly wrestling with the dual need for security and the preservation of our privacy. As we've explored, this is not a simple black and white issue. There's a fine line between necessary data collection for security and invasive surveillance. Tech companies and government agencies often find themselves on opposing sides of the encryption debate, further complicating matters. In this brave new world of biometrics and artificial intelligence, our personal data isn't just about our online habits anymore. It's about our faces, our fingerprints, our DNA. The ethical implications of these emerging technologies are vast and complex, and we must tread carefully. But who holds the key to safeguarding our privacy while ensuring our security? It's not just one entity, but a collective responsibility. Legislation needs to be robust and adaptable to the rapidly evolving digital landscape. Corporations must take on a greater role in protecting the data they collect, and we as individuals need to be vigilant and proactive in managing our digital footprints. As we've seen, striking the right balance is challenging but absolutely crucial. The stakes are high, and the decisions we make today will have far-reaching impacts on our future. As we continue to navigate the digital landscape, let's remember that the balance between privacy and security is not just a technical issue, but a deeply ethical one.